Mr. Peters, is this a silly little committee with silly little rules like Te Pāti Māori suits?
What sort of dickhead would ask a question like that?
Now, I agree with Winston. No, I agree with Winston.
Can we also clip that? We're just Winston calling someone a dickhead on camera. Amazing.
I also think that this is where Te Pāti Māori should reach out to some of us former radio announcers, because I would have said it's an itty bitty committee. You know, that kind of flows better than a silly little committee. It's the itty bitty committee. And
said that to Rawiri.
Maybe we should do that next time. Oh, you want some Winston again? It was a dickhead question, by the way, because what does he expect him to say?
Mr. Peters, is this a silly little committee with silly little rules like Te Pāti Māori suits?
What sort of dickhead would ask a question like that?
The chair of the Privileges Committee, obviously a lot more circumspect.
This is a very serious matter. We take it very seriously.
Because they got out of their seats, Chewie. This is a big boy and girl conversation because they got out of their seats when they shouldn't have.
Would you say it's an Itty Bitty Sitty Committee?
The consequences can be very serious for members of Parliament. We think
the consequences can be very serious for members of Parliament who got out of their seat. Let's just keep it real.
I can solve this because this committee is taking out valuable taxpayer time, right? So I can solve this. What we need to do is make sure that all the parliamentary seats have a seatbelt.
Yeah,
and they've
exactly.
got to buckle in. They've got to buckle in for the day, and they can undo the buckle when they've got something to say.
Yeah. Yep. And then they could have people walking up and down the aisles. Please, can I check your seatbelts done up? Thank you. Before we take off. Yep. Thank you. Check that. All right.
Do we know anyone in Parliament that's been involved in an airline?
I've heard a rumor that someone has. I can't.
I'll do some research. It's getting well out of hand.
I'll do some research.
See that we need to give one further chance.
Te Pāti Māori had finished their press conference before they learned the committee's call.
Do you hold respect for the institution of Parliament?
The institution of Parliament, does it hold respect for te iwi Māori? That's the question I would ask.
And that is what it has to be about.
We are yet to hear whether they will embrace the final opportunity offered or go their own route.
We're yet to hear, but I think we kind of all know what's going to happen, if you ask me. Yes. So the Itty Bitty Committee is going to go on. The shitty Itty Bitty Committee, the teeny weeny Itty Bitty Committee, like with some titties. That doesn't work. That doesn't work.
I'd almost say that Winston still has value in Parliament, as if he just calls the first reporter he sees a dickhead whenever he exits a room.
I just thought of it. Of course. How did we miss this? Because Rawiri Waititi wouldn't go to the Itty Bitty Shitty Committee. It writes itself, Chewie.
We've got his details. Just email him. He could make an apology. He could go, hey, look, I said something yesterday about the committee that was ill-considered, and I'd like to reframe my statement, and then go, yeah, it's a shitty, itty bitty city committee.
I'm glad we did the story last, because if we did the story
first,
workshopping. We would have that thing going on. The whole chat would be any itty words that rhyme. It's our own version of Aussie.
You did theatre sports. Itty. I did theatre sports. It's just